this kind of structural arrangement in the agriculture. The first one is you see widespread poverty in the rural area because the income in the country that goes to people deployed into agriculture is very small. I mean, 60% of the people, only a third of the GDP. It means that poverty is high. It also means inequality is very high. Once again, because a large segment of the labor force managed to gain very small percentage of the overall income. And that actually means that productivity and yield is very low. That 60% of the people, 60% of the labor force, they contribute only about a third and less than a third of the national income. And you can see this through performance of one crop after the other across the continent and including Tanzania. So these are the challenges that we hope cooperation between Tanzania and Vietnam can also help to resolve. That we modernize our agriculture, stimulate agribusiness, remove poverty, reduce inequality, and therefore improve the living standard of our people. So we have areas that we believe can help enhance these goals. First of all, we need to cooperate research. Research in higher variety seeds that can be used in agriculture. And Vietnam has achieved a lot in this area, and we believe cooperation between our continent and Vietnam, there is a big chance that we can help to improve the yield, improve productivity in the agriculture sector, and improve living standard of our people. And Tanzania is ready to expand this kind of cooperation with Vietnam through exchange of experts, through exchange of security, through joint research efforts, and so on. We need also, on the part of Tanzania, and I believe across the continent, to improve our capacity for seed multiplication, high yield varieties. Right now, the price of edible oil has gone up across the world. And we know we have a potential of being self-sufficient in edible oil, but we are not. We still import edible oil from actually outside Africa, like Tanzania, we import from Malaysia, palm oil, for instance, and we know we should be able to be self-sufficient in palm oil, in terms of farming and also in terms of processing. But because of low yield, we are not doing that, and we don't have enough seed to distribute to the farmers so that we can improve the yield. The same applies to sunflower in the country. We have the potential completely to produce enough sunflower and to be self-sufficient in edible oil, but we still import edible oil from abroad, and we also still import seed from abroad to meet even the modest contribution that farming make through this kind of cooperation. So the other areas that we think we can cooperate is through irrigation schemes, and then value chain marketing. And let me say a couple of things about this. Vietnam is one of the destinations where we export our cashew nuts. And cashew nuts is one of the main crops in Tanzania. But we export raw cashew nut to Vietnam, and it is processed there and re-exported to Europe, to the US, and so on and so on and so forth. I think this kind of cooperation is not going to be helpful for us. Rather, we would like Vietnam to come and establish plants here in Tanzania, and I think across Africa, so that the processing of cashew nuts will take place right here in the country. Investor from Vietnam, processing in Tanzania, create labor employment in Tanzania, and then we'll be able to export to the third country rather than exporting to one country, so that the final product is exported to the third country. So we have huge opportunities for investments in agribusiness in this country, and we want to invite investment from Vietnam and participate. Our objective now in Tanzania is for those crops that we can grow because of the environment in this country. We want to grow them and high yield, high productivity, but at the same time to try to integrate the entire value chain within the country before we reach the final market. So that applies to cashew nuts, as I said, but we have a big push for sunflower production in this country, and we believe we should be able to be not only self-sufficient in terms of our needs, but will produce surplus and export abroad. And we invite private service sector, including foreign investors and Vietnamese investors in this effort. For agriculture will remain under structural problem if we do not improve our productivity and if we do not make sure that as large a segment of the value chain of the agricultural product is so we want to minimize export of raw agricultural products and focus more on exporting the final products. So this conference, this meeting will stimulate that kind of cooperation. Tanzania, we are willing to do much more to work together. I look forward at an opportunity, earliest opportunity to also visit Vietnam once again and continue to cordial relationship that exists between Tanzania and Vietnam. Thank you very much for your attention.